What is snapping, Collector Cultists? Collector Tyrant here again today, and today we have 5 pops from Star Wars to review today. We have 4 Knights of Ren, and we have Kylo Ren, the Light and Sound Funko Pop to review today. So if you guys want to sit back, relax, and get comfortable, we're going to go through these guys and see what the rating turns out for these 5 pops right here. Alright guys, so we got 5 pops in total. We have 4 Knights of Ren. I believe I'm missing 2 of them because I couldn't find them anywhere. The other 2 Knights of Ren were just impossible to find. I could order them online, but I thought to myself I wouldn't have enough time to get the review done for this week. So I did buy the Light and Sound Kylo Ren. This guy looks like a pretty sick pop, so I thought it'd be a good replacement with the other 2. So we're going to have a look at the boxes. First we'll look at Kylo Ren's box because it is slightly different to the others. This one's a really nice box. I am digging these black boxes they bring out, especially with the Batman series. Really sick box. They got like this really awesome like silver thing going on here too. So I am a big collector of black boxes for any franchise really. So this is a really nice box, this one. As for the Knights of Ren, normal sort of Star Wars box going on. A bit more nice than the other stuff that's been coming out for Star Wars. And on the back here we've got the set, which I could not pick up because look how many pops there are. So there's 14 pops in that collection for $20 each. There's no way I could afford that, especially with Christmas coming up and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been kind of hard to do massive sets lately. But we do have some nice ones here, so we're going to get these outside the box. We're going to leave Kylo Ren to last. I might start with this guy here. Alright, so here we have the Heavy Blade Knight of Ren. Now, the reason I really am attracted to these types of pops and I really want to get the set is because of the helmets. I'm a massive fan of helmets and hooded pops, and this one combines both those sort of things together. So, really nice pop, this one. Really epic. With the bat here. Got tons of detail in the actual face itself. They've got little cracks going on there, and you can actually see all the textures in the actual helmet itself, like old sort of metal going on there. You see like little dots in there. We'll take a look at the back of the head here, and it's got like some sort of like robes going over it. If we take a look at this big blade down here, you can see like it's a massive blade. Looks like it's sort of like an energy blade. You can see like all the cables there. We'll take a look at the cloak at the back there. It looks like it's been just all sewn together from random pieces. And if you can see the feet down there, just see the feet, it's covered in mud and grit. Really, really sick pop, this one, really nice. It's a bobblehead too, so we're gonna do the head test now anyway. Alright, head test for the Heavy Blade, and this one is a bobblehead, as you guys can tell. It bobbles around there, as all Star Wars pops do. And stand-up test, he stands up on that Star Wars base. Not a bad pop, this one. We're moving on to the next one now. Alright, up next we're going to be doing War Club. This is the War Club one. This is another personal favourite of mine because I'm really into close combat weapons. We're going to take him outside the box and have a close look at all that stuff. Alright, so here we have the War Club Knight of Ren, and the same sort of thing going on here. We've got this sort of like bastion metal, like with a really gritty sort of like dinted sort of metal look to it. Aggressive, I guess. Look at it, it's very thick. It's really out there in your face. Lots of like little marks in there as well here, so it's definitely been like caved in or something. Someone's hit it and it's protected his head. Like a little frill going on the head here, the like little piece of like leather running off the helmet there. The weapon itself is probably what I like about this one the most. It's like this huge, massive club, really intimidating. Could really do some damage to someone in close combat. Well, look at the chest there. You can see some sort of grenades, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know exactly what they are. As for the feet, it's the same sort of mud going on there as well. Like they've been through some gritty warfare and tons of dirt, and they have come up onto their clothes and boots and stuff. Alright, head test for the club. Once again, we got a nice bobblehead there and base for Star Wars, and he'll stand up perfectly fine outside the box. The aesthetics of this one, really nice. Really good pop, this one. Alright, up next we have an arm cannon. Oh, the arm cannon, Knight of Ren. This guy's got a pistol, but we're going to get inside the box and have a close look at this guy and see how different he is to the others. Alright, so here we have the arm cannon. Not the best helmet out of the lot. This one's a bit, meh, it's okay, but it's not the best. Same sort of thing going on from the last one. It's got this little bit of leather running out underneath the helmet there. But there's tons of scarring in the actual face plate. And he's got 2 little slits here for the eyes. Alright, as you can see there, he's got the arm cannon there. That's his weapon of choice. Looks like something off Fallout or something. Like some sort of like device from Fallout. I can't think of the exact name of it from my head, but that's what it reminds me of. Tons of texture in this guy's cape. It almost looks like he's made out of some sort of reptilian beast. For this actual coat, it's yeah, it looks like it's been designed from something like that. He's got some sort of braces going on the arms there. Same thing going on. He's got some sort of like, I think they're bullets. And we got 2 grenades up the top here. This guy's got tons more dirt on him. It really goes all the way up to his waist there. Tons of dirt. This guy's definitely been in the thick of it. Alright, head test for the arm cannon. Once again, bobblehead. And base that he can stand up on. The Star Wars bases that they give. So he'll stand up perfectly fine outside the box. Not about pop this one, but we're going to move on to the next one now. Alright, last for the Knights of Ren. We have the blaster rifle. Now this one's going to be a personal favourite of mine already. I can just tell by the helmet, but we're gonna have to take him outside the box and have a look at him because yeah, this one's definitely gonna be my favorite pick, I think, from all 4 of these ones I got today. All right, so check out this guy. This guy is, oh man, this one is really nice. It's got all the best features of all the ones I've just talked about, pretty much. You know, you've got much more armor on the helmet there. It's got some really interesting designs with these square or rectangular pieces sticking out. Almost, to me, it looks like it gives you more protection from the side of the face. I love the grill in the mask on this one, or the helmet. That's something I really do like. I'm a big fan of Warhammer and stuff with the Space Marine, and even Vader had sort of like a grill on his face. So this one's a really nice one. This guy actually reminds me of Ren the most, actually, come to think of it. He's got more of a similar helmet to actually Kylo Ren. Just something about this visor here that reminds me of that. You got tons of scars in this one too. You can see all that scarring in the mask or helmet, and all that little gritty texture. Once again, something that's been repeated throughout this set. The thing I love about this one the most though is the texture on the cape. You can definitely feel that one. You can definitely feel it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I do like the cape on this one. The weapon itself is very well done. It's very shiny compared to the actual pop itself, so it stands out. Once again, you got some bullets there on the chest, and this one looks very Jedi-like, if I'm being honest. He's got the whole like sort of Jedi look to it, I guess, with the cloak and all the other things that go underneath it. Once again, you got like tons of grit running on the body there as well from the dirt. And the pose on this one's really good. It's like he's got nothing to worry about. He's stretched out arms and he's just sort of like sitting there waiting to make an attack, or he's just really carefree in a combat situation. So this one is really epic. This one's my favorite one, definitely. Actually, probably one of my favorite pops for this year. This one's designed so well, and I'm digging this one. Alright, head test for the blaster rifle, once again, bobblehead and base as well. So pretty much the same sort of typical thing going on here with the Star Wars stuff. Alright, so we're going to move on to Kylo Ren now. Alright, up next we have Kylo Ren. I saved this one to last because this one makes lights and sound, as you can see there. We'll take a look at the back here because there is a Vader that is available too in this style. So I think I might pick that guy up when I get the chance as well. But yeah, we're going to take him outside the box and see what it does. Alright guys, here we go. Here is Kylo Ren. This one has a scarification on the helmet where he's crushed his helmet in the last movie, I think it was. And now he's rebuilt the helmet again, which I think is an awesome thing. So the helmet looks very damaged. It's got all these like red bits going through it, like it's been welded back together. We got some really awesome silver bits running through the helmet there, like grill bits, which is very similar to the last one I just showed. That's what I meant by that. It sort of reminds me of that same sort of material. That's why this guy reminds me so much of Kylo Ren. Let's take a look at the cape. The cape is really well done. It definitely looks like a piece of leather. And it's got some like texture through there as well, you can feel that. As for the suit itself, it looks it's the same sort of thing he's been wearing in the last few movies, and you can feel that, all that texture. Stance on this one is really good too. You know, very confident pose. But the main feature for this one is the actual, you can see that, like it makes, it's crazy. That's insane. Like, to me it is very similar to like a toy. As a collector, most adults are gonna love this. As an adult myself, you definitely like this, but this is the first pop I've picked up. Look at that, it makes all these really weird sounds and lights up. That's actually really cool, I don't mind that. You know, I'm not really into toys per se, but this one is definitely something I do like. It's different, it's bringing something different to the table. Kylo Ren, once again, bobblehead, and it does activate that light and sound feature, and it does have a base as well for the Star Wars stuff. Alright guys, so yeah, we're gonna move on to my rating now, so stick around for that. Alright boys and ladies, you should know how I do my rating for this stuff. If you've been watching my stuff for a while now, I rate this out of 2 parts of 5, and I rate on my personal collection how it came from the box or the factory. I look for any defects and painting defects, mark that out of 5. And then the next rating is how Funko Pop designed these pops on the actual franchise, and then I combine those 2 5s together out of a 10. For a total score. Alright, so today we have some decent pops here actually. Nothing came defected. I couldn't find any marks on it, nothing like that. Everything in this set is very well done. As I said, no mold lines, nothing like that on it. The paint scheme is very, you know, it's not hard to screw up, so it's not a bad bunch of pops, really epic pops, these ones. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 straight off the bat there. Now moving into the next bit of this, we're going to talk about the pops themselves. Alright, first we're going to talk about the heavy blade. The heavy blade is not a bad pop, this one. It's decent, you know, like, I like the grill on this one as well. Probably my second favorite out of the 4 Kylo Ren pops. You know, not much color going on here, which is sort of how it's meant to be, because these guys are meant to be sinister looking. So this one's not a bad one. Definitely a nice looking one. I love all the texture in the face. That's what really sets this one apart. And the blade looks really cool too. It's like a big butcher knife that can do some damage there. I really do like this one. Moving on to the next one, that's going to be the Knight of Ren War Club variant. This one has an epic weapon that can really do some damage. It's not a bad looking pop, it's just lacking like the other ones have like sort of like long capes and stuff. This guy is more of a, you know, he's just wearing sort of like military uniform. But that big mace really does a trick for this guy. This guy has more of an aggressive sort of mask going on. It's very thick, and it looks like it's, you know, it can take some damage. Quite an intimidating pop, this one. I really do like this one. So yeah, really nice one, this one. Definitely a really good pop. Alright, up next we have the arm cannon variant of the Knights of Ren. And this one isn't my favorite one. It's probably my least favorite one. The weapon's not too bad. It's just the mask is pretty boring, in my opinion. As for the cape, it's probably my, it's one of the nicest ones. It's got really cool cape going on there. Tons of texture on the cape itself. Not a bad pop out of the four. You know, as I said, probably my least favorite, but some of you guys out there might like this one the most. So yeah, not a bad pop, but you know, just doesn't quite grab my attention. As for the blaster rifle pop, Kylo Ren, Knight of Ren, sorry. This one is my personal favorite. It's got everything going for me when it comes to a designed pop from a character. It just looks really good. The texture in the cape's really awesome. The helmet is probably my favorite one a lot. It just stands out for me the most. It's got so much stuff going on. It's got the grill. It's got the same sort of textures on the faceplate as Kylo Ren does, with that metal steel bit going through the eyes. It's got a really epic gun too. It's just a really nice pop, this one. Definitely my personal favorite out of the lot. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the other ones, but you know, I would like to compare those. But you know, this is what we got today, I guess. Moving on to the last one that we're going to talk about today, and that is Kylo Ren. Now, this thing is it's bringing something different to the table for me. I don't know if I like or dislike the way they're going with this. As pops to me aren't really toys, but I'm not complaining about that. But this thing is more of a toy. You know, it's making sounds and lights up. It's something that's more driven towards a younger audience. And an older one too, I guess. Pops are for everyone, but this one here, it sort of reminds me of definitely something that lights up like a toy, which is, you know, not a bad thing or a good thing in my opinion. You know, you got a typical Kylo Ren. It's got all those awesome like cracks through the helmet there, and they put that real nice red in it. It brings out some more color for these darker pops that I've talked about today. This one stands out the most. And that light up sound effects, you know, it's kind of, I don't know if it's a bit gimmicky, but it's kind of okay, I guess. It's not too bad. But yeah, I don't mind it. But yeah, this one's a nice pop. It really is a good pop, this one. So 3.5. Now you're probably thinking, why am I giving it a 3.5? In my opinion, the helmets look amazing, but from a distance, they all look the same. The poses are pretty much all the same too. There's not much difference between the poses, in my opinion. And these guys are meant to be the right-hand men of Kylo Ren, and I just think they could have given them a bit more dramatic poses and to make them stand out from each other. Because they're all the same color, they all have everything pretty much the same going for them, which is understandable. They are a unit. They're good-looking pops. I just feel like they sort of were lacking in pose. That's just the way I see it. Kylo Ren, on the other hand, it was actually really good. He's got this menacing pose, like he's got a confident pose with that big lightsaber. I really did enjoy that one, even though it's not from the same set. I'm going to include him in the same set today, but yeah, just the other ones I feel like could have done a little bit better with the posing. But other than that, really good to have these in my collection. I don't mind them at all. I think they're probably my favorite Star Wars release bunch for this year. I'm not really fond of the actual movie release. These guys are definitely my favorite pick for this year. Alright, for a total score there, we're going to give it a 8.5. But anyway, that's going to be for me today. Hopefully you guys have a really good weekend, and if you're new to the channel, go check it out if you want to see what it's all about. I do other stuff as well other than Funko Pops. If you want to subscribe, that'd be really awesome. If you're a member of this channel and you like watching these videos, drop a like for my channel, guys. It really helps me out, as you guys know. I really appreciate that. And as I said before, you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to leave with you guys. And for you collectors out there, keep on collecting, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, collect, sorry now.